The outrage among the public sparked by the seeming increase in sexual crimes, mostly against young girls, has one child advocate calling for more than anger, instead saying it should be channeled into action. He told our Cleopatra Murphy that he feels parents should be more proactive.
Former chair of the National Child Protection Council, Pastor Gil Maycock, is calling for action instead of outrage following several atrocities, namely sexual assaults of young girls in recent weeks. He spoke with ZNS News after Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, on Wednesday revealed that an 11-year-old had been impregnated by her mother's boyfriend and that baby aborted with a pill. Maycock suggests the incident is just the tip of the iceberg.
The experts say if we have, say, about 200 cases of reported child abuse, multiply that by 3 times and you get a better representation of how much child abuse is prevalent in your particular country or your particular area.
Up to November 2021, the Department of Social Services had reported 78 cases of sexual abuse. Maycock says in many instances, children are well acquainted with their abusers, who groom them, starting with innocent touches to break down their defenses.
The next thing we have is then that they're touching the children inappropriately. The child is confused. This is someone they trust. They might feel a little awkward, but yet this is someone I trust.
In recent months, more cases of sexual abuse and assaults on minors have been in the headlines. Maycock believes it has always been happening and says the trauma can be long-lasting.
A lady of 70 years of age coming to me and she says, Pastor Gil, I was abused by my uncle at the age of 8. He rammed me like I was a grown woman and I was a mixed up woman. And I remember her husband calling me a couple days later because I helped her get through it. And it was a long process, but I helped her get through it. And I thought he called me, I have to talk to you, Pastor Gil. And I said, what happened? He says, I want to let you know, for the first time in 50 years of marriage, my wife made love to me.
For parents, Maycock encourages to teach your children about good and bad touches, what is appropriate and what is not. And it may never be too early, as the spectrum more often comes from within close circles, maybe even family members.
At the age of 3, 8, as a matter of fact, some children at the age of 2, bad touch, good touch, because they're grooming our children younger and younger and younger. And as a matter of fact, some persons even go online and get this information on how they can break down the defenses of a child. So parents, we need to be aware of these things. We need to be educated on these things. And we need to make sure that we're doing all that is necessary.
While the spotlight is on girls at the moment, Maycock says boys too are vulnerable but are less likely to speak up. At the end of the day, he says awareness and education are key. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.